Hello everyone, back tuning into today's video. We're going to do the weekend forecast today. Going to be a lot of high pressure dominating through the coming week, but we've got a chance of a really cold snap turning up right at the very end of the week and into the weekend. There's a huge amount of uncertainty about this cold snap over the models having an absolute nightmare. A nightmare trying to pin it down. I'm going to go with the cold snap scenario for the weekend forecast because the GFS is sort of showing it with fairly regular, fairly frequent regularity. And the ECMWF, which is probably the best model, it verifies the best, although it's by no means infallible. The ECMWF is quite keen on it, but I do have to emphasise there is a huge amount of uncertainty relating to Friday and into the weekend. That period, very, very uncertain indeed. Now, before I get on with the video, just want to talk about the advertising. There's video ads on my page at GavsWebBiz.com. You hit play on the video ad. Please supporting GavsWebBiz. Thanks very much for doing that. Gav Shop is open, so if you want to do any Christmas shopping at Amazon between now and Christmas, go through the Amazon banners in Gav Shop. You'll go direct to Amazon. You can do your Christmas shopping there as normal. And at the same time, GavsWebBiz will get a royalty fee on anything that you purchase. Thanks so much for getting involved with website. Supporting website does make a big difference. So thanks very much for doing that. The websites we use, we're not using the radar picture today for UK Met-Office because there's no precipitation anywhere across the United Kingdom. Really, there's a few wintry showers perhaps around North East and Scotland, but there's nothing really to look at, so excuse me, no point really having the radar picture on the go today. So the charts are going to be coming from weathercentral.de and theweatheroutlook.com. The link to both of those websites can be found on my links page. So this is today's stock tip pressure chart with high pressure sitting just to the west of the country, bringing down this cooler northwesterly wind, almost northerly across England and Wales, but very light northerly, northwesterly for Scotland. It's brought brighter skies down, so it has brightened up compared to yesterday. There's good sunny spells across many parts of the country. More cloud will probably roll into the northwest of Scotland through the course this afternoon, but many areas are going to keep really good bright or sunny spell day. Probably the best day of the weekend, I think, where it is quite chilly with temperatures of just 7 or 8 degrees at best. As we move into tonight, well, the high pressure is still dominating here, but what this doesn't show is that it's starting to feed in more cloud from the north. So I think Scotland, Northern Ireland, Northern England will have a lot of cloud through the course of the night. The rest of England and Wales, though, probably having clear spells. It'll get quite cold across England and Wales, particularly in rural localities where temperatures could dip down perhaps to around freezing, but otherwise probably holding up just a little bit above freezing, just a degree or so above freezing, but really quite a coldish night for England and Wales. Milder under the cloud further north, though, temperatures just 4, 5 or 6 degrees at lowest. The high pressure is sitting there right over the top of the country as we move through into Sunday. So we're going to have a basically fine day once again, but there'll be a lot more cloud in that high pressure. That's the thing about Sunday. It will be a cloudy day compared to Saturday. Even so, I think some eastern and southeastern parts of the country may brighten up with 1 or 2 sunny spells coming through, but generally, I think we do have rather a lot of cloud, and maybe even little bits and pieces of drizzle here and there. Conversely, though, temperatures will be up a little bit, surprisingly, maybe up to around 9 or 10 degrees at best. 10 is 50 Fahrenheit. Now, overnight, that high pressure will persist across the country, and I think we'll start to break up the cloud overnight, Sunday night. That does pose the threat of some dense patches of fog forming across England and Wales in the early hours of Monday morning. So that's something to be wary of Monday. I think England and Wales could have very dense patches of fog in places. It'll be quite cold again as well, with temperatures probably getting to around freezing, so maybe a few icy patches around. This is Monday's chart with a bridge of high pressure across England and Wales, but we're bringing more cloud and patchy rain to the north and the northwest of Scotland. So windier for Scotland and mainly dry away from the far north and northwest, where there will be little bits of patchy rain drizzle. England and Wales, the main problem for Monday is going to be the fog, and there could be some dense patches of fog lingering all day in 1 or 2 places, but most of the fog should lift up to reveal some sunny spells or low cloud at the very worst. Temperatures, well, in any fog, you're going to struggle to get above freezing, but otherwise it's around 5, 6 or 7 degrees, milder in the north compared to the south. Now, I've got a weather front across Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England on Tuesday. That will be bringing some cloud and patchy outbreaks of rain. For England and Wales, though, again, the problem on Tuesday is going to be fog, particularly Tuesday morning, but probably again Tuesday evening. dense patches of fog in places. Much of it will lift and reveal some sunny spells, or it'll lift into low cloud. But in one or two places, that fog will linger on all day, and it'll be very cold again on Tuesday where that fog lingers. So it just depends whether the fog lingers on or whether it lifts into low cloud or reveals some sunshine. So a big variation in temperatures in any fog. The temperature's going to struggle to get above freezing. Otherwise, you're going to be up to around 5 or 6 degrees. Frost early and late, of course, with that fog. But milder for the north, 7s, 8s and 9s for Scotland, North Ireland, North England, where we've got that patchy rain. That weather front will come southwards through the course of Tuesday night into Wednesday, so I think the fog risk is limited across England and Wales on Tuesday night. Shouldn't be any fog on Wednesday. Probably a lot of cloud across England and Wales with little bits and pieces of drizzle. But for Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England, we're bringing in a brighter northwesterly flow, and that'll be bringing in some showers. And maybe those showers could turn wintry across the far north of Scotland. Temperatures probably somewhere around 7 or 8 degrees. And then things start to get more complicated as we move into Thursday. Starting to bring that active cold front into Scotland. That's introducing that very, very cold air behind it. We've got tightly packed ice bars as well, so it'll be windy. Don't think there'll be too much in the way of fog around on Thursday, but there could be a little bit across England and Wales again first thing on Thursday morning, but it should all go as the wind freshens. And for England and Wales, probably mainly dry on Thursday with some low cloud, maybe some sunny spells coming through as well. The real action is from Northern England northwards, so Northern England, Northern Ireland, Scotland, where it'll be very windy. There'll be heavy rain sweeping into Scotland, and as the cold air starts to dig in, that rain could turn to snow on the northern edge across central and northern parts of Scotland. Temperatures barely above freezing in the north of Scotland, probably up to around 7, 8 or 9 degrees across England and Wales. Possibly up to 10 degrees actually in the far south. And then as we go into Friday, where we're going with this northerly idea for this weekend forecast, but I have to emphasise it's very uncertain. The models are swinging wildly from run to run, but the ECMWF is going for this, and that is the best, verifies the best in terms of the computer models. So I think we are going for the northerly. We're going to drop that cold front south across the country Thursday night into Friday. Now, the cold front could stall across England and Wales, particularly the south of England and Wales on Friday. Things could get interesting if that happens, because it'll mean that rain grinds to a halt. With the cold air undercutting, we may turn some of that rain to snow across southern parts of the country. It's a low risk, probably no more than around 20%, but it does need watching. Now, behind that cold front, it's going to turn brighter but very, very cold, with a bitterly cold northerly wind sweeping in. Follow the ice bar back, they're going right to the Arctic Circle. There'll be snow showers across Scotland, Northern Ireland, probably Northern England as well. Temperatures will be below freezing all day across Scotland, just -1, -2, whereas across southern England, at least in the morning on Friday, you'll probably be up to 10 degrees, but that will probably drop quite quickly through the course of Friday afternoon. There's the upper air temperatures. Just quickly show you that for Friday. This is why I'm a bit concerned about this stalling weather front, because we've got very, very cold air coming southwards. -10 isosphere is moving across Scotland. That is really cold for this early in the winter. And if the weather front does stall across southern areas, there is the potential there for the undercut. So we do have to keep an eye on that. By the time we get through to Saturday, all of the rain or snow in the south will be gone, and then we're in that direct northerly wind, and we're basically looking at snow showers for northern and eastern parts of the country, mainly dry elsewhere, but bitterly, bitterly cold, with temperatures barely above freezing, and some severe night frosts are possible as well, especially later next weekend, as this ridge of high pressure starts to move in. Temperatures could get down to below -10 over the snowfields in Scotland. If I have a very quick look at the charts for weather outlook, this is the chart today, mainly dry with sunny spells across the bulk of the country. There'll be more cloud around, this doesn't really show it, but more cloud around on Sunday. And then Monday, we've got risk of fog lingering on across England and Wales, whereas it shouldn't be too foggy for Scotland and Northern Ireland. Rain coming into Scotland on Tuesday. Again, the risk of fog patches for England and Wales on Tuesday morning. Probably a lot of cloud across the country on Wednesday, although this shows good sunny spells for the north and more cloud for the south. I don't think we'll have too much fog for England and Wales though on Wednesday. And then there's the cold front coming into Scotland on Thursday. That will move south through the course of the day, and here it comes on Friday, pushing down across England and Wales. The risk of snow on the back edge if the front stalls and we get that cold undercut. Very, very cold for Scotland there, with temperatures staying below freezing all day. There will be snow showers with that northerly wind as well. So, in summary, we're going with the northerly scenario, but it is by no means certain this, so there could be changes to the weekend forecast. Most of the week is going to be dry and fine, to be honest, and there will be fog patches becoming a problem for England, Wales early in the week, less so later in the week. And then we're looking at that cold front dropping south Thursday into Friday, bringing the rain, very, very cold northerly winds following with risk of snow showers and hard overnight frost. And just got to be careful if that front stalls across the south on Friday. If we get the undercut, you could get some snow turning up on the back edge up front. So a lot going on. I'll be updating both my videos and the blog over the next few days in terms of this northerly, so keep checking back. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching.